Hey folks, so I recently repotted this orchid into the larger pot that I have it in, but I'm going to put it in a taller pot even though I recently transplanted it. And the reason being is when you look at the orchid, these roots are hanging below the level of the pot. So I have another pot where I have it propped up. So you can see how it hangs below, and I don't want to damage these roots. You see how they're nice and green at the tips? These are nice, healthy orchid roots, so you don't want to damage those roots. And I found a much taller planter, and I'm like, this would be perfect for my Phalaenopsis orchid. So I went ahead and put some sphagnum moss in here, and I'm going to go ahead and transplant this. So I'm going to pick it up from the stem and raise it slowly. You see how I fed it through the holes? So it's easy to pull out because I had recently transplanted it, but I want to make sure I'm not going to damage it. So if I have to help facilitate it along, I will. And there it goes. So it's you have to be very careful with the roots. You don't want to damage them, but you also want to make sure that the orchid is planted such that it will not damage the roots when it's planted. So I'm going to actually plant it this way. So this goes way down. I'm going to stick it through that hole. This one, I'll put it through the hole up there. And then this one is going to go through this middle hole over here. So basically I'm feeding it through so that it can still enjoy growing out like it has been. Did I just break that? Nope. Whew. That was a close call, wasn't it? And I have some other roots that are growing down, and I'm going to feed that out there. But it's not going to be centered, so this will have to go out a different hole down there. That orchid root was actually not green, but it was still healthy. It was just trying to find its bearing. It was growing down into the moss and not out. So now I'm going to take the extra sphagnum moss, and this is still nice and moist, which is nice. I'll probably still water it because the sphagnum moss I put under there was not moist. And this way it will moisten down there and not dry out any part of the orchid. But this is a good way to plant the orchid so that it doesn't suffer from being in a container where the roots are extending further out. However, a lot of nurseries around, at least here in North Carolina, they purchase their merchandise from a company called Border Concepts located in Charlotte. And then you'll find the same orchid pots in various nurseries, but I only found one of these. I don't know why they haven't been selling these extra tall ones. And just to give you an idea, I have the label here, and it's 6 1/8 inch by 8 inches tall. And even on Amazon, what I could find was around 7 inches. So you may have to shop around to find the right orchid container, but fortunately I did. And now I'm just adding sphagnum moss, and I'm almost done. So now this orchid can enjoy its new home, and I have a pot that I can plant my newly purchased vanilla orchid in. So I am excited about that. So that's what I'm going to be planting in this pot now. But I hope you enjoyed this video and thought, hey, maybe these really tall orchid pots aren't excessively tall, but actually good to have. So thanks for watching, and happy orchid planting.